This is Dave at TitleSearch.com and AFX Title. We deal with a lot of foreclosure investors who are looking at distressed property, either real estate, mortgage foreclosures, tax auctions, other types of delinquencies. So the question is, how can a title search be valuable to an investor? Obviously, it's a form of due diligence to protect an investor from obvious risks on a property, other liens, other potential owners. That's the minimum due diligence that you want to do on a foreclosure property, is run your title search, see what's there. What else can come from a title search? Well, the title abstract is a valuable treasure trove of information for an investor. It's a process of 5 to 9 man hours that we put in to give you a lot of information beyond just the title history. You can find new leads from a title search. Even if you don't buy that property, you can look to see what type of investors or what type of buyers are looking at properties in that area. You can find out what type of lien holders are in existence, who's filing liens on properties that might be a source of purchasing those liens or disposing of properties. If you don't buy that property, look, don't ignore the history or the future of a missed property. If you don't buy a property at auction, don't ignore that property. Don't pretend it goes away. Watch it through the process. Watch who buys it. Watch what it sells for. How is that property reconditioned? If you have a title search already, you have a reference point. That title search will have comparable sales. It will show the liens. You can see how that investor deals with the liens, how much they sell it for. If there's mechanic liens, how they deal with those contractors. Maybe they have those contractors finish their work, clear up open permits on a property. So the valuable information can even come from properties that are not purchased by an investor. If you have that title search in hand, you can compare what's on that search to how the property is processed to see, well, if you didn't buy it, why not? If somebody made money with that property, and you can maybe look at their process to see the next time why you might be able to jump on a property and make a profit, where on a property that you missed, maybe you held back on a bid, or maybe you didn't go through with it because of a lien, maybe because of something you saw in a title search that kind of gave you some hesitation or pause into not pursuing it. If another investor went ahead with it and made money on it, you may be able to copy or imitate their process to look for additional opportunities. So a title search is more valuable information than just looking at potential risk on a property you buy. It'll give you a roadmap of other properties that somebody else purchased, or even that went through the sale without a buyer, to see how the bank or the lender processes that property in their REO department. So look at that title search for more information than just risk. You can find leads as a wholesaler or a property flipper. You can also find sources of where these foreclosures come from. You can find a location that, if there's a lender that does a lot of foreclosures, maybe their REO department is a source of getting new leads of buying properties directly from them without foreclosure auctions.